Welcome to today's episode of Random Thoughts. I was giving some thought, to use a word, on just kind of what to say, where to go, what to share. And on today's topic, I would like to share some thoughts on a topic that I have absolutely no expertise in. So it's going to be the random thoughts on the economy. My own personal observations, challenges that we're facing, people are facing everywhere because of fill in the blank. And I just want to share a few thoughts as far as what can we do in the realm as Christians in this crazy, topsy-turvy thing called economics, the economy. Stick right with us. We'll be right back with today's topic of random thoughts called the economy. We'll be right back. Like I mentioned in the promo, I know very little, nothing about economics. I am not an economics professor. I barely remember my 2 economic classes when I took in my undergraduate years, way long time ago. But the economy is on the minds of everybody right now. It's gone berserk. I'll give you as an example. Near my house is a truck stop. Our neighborhood is not very far off the interstate, off of I-45, and there's 3 truck stops on the corner where you would exit to get into my neighborhood off the interstate. All of them are very high for the area of Huntsville. Like, for example, I think the base unleaded gasoline right now is $4.59 a gallon, and the diesel is at $5.45. Now, those are on the high end if you are searching around Huntsville for gasoline, but that's the indicator. And just a thought where now that's come down about 5 cents since it peaked. I remember this past weekend where it was at $4.40 a gallon one day. The very next morning, I was driving to church. It had jumped to $4.60. 20 cents a gallon jump. I got home that lunchtime. It was at $4.64. It jumped another 4 cents in a span of about 3 hours. I went back to the office, came back home later that evening about 5:15. It jumped again. It was up to like $4.69. Well, it has it jumped back. It went down to, I think it was down to $4.50. It jumped down, and I'm thinking, okay, this could be a sign of things to come. No, it's creeped back up again. The economy. I mean, that's just one indicator of the volatility of fuel prices, which dictate the volatility of everything else. And again, I'm not an economist, okay? I'm just an average schmo, just like you, and trying to deal with all this crazy, absolutely unmitigated crazy. What can you do in this context? What can you do about all of this? I don't know. I mean, my wife and I sat down about doing some things, cutting back on some expenses because she ran the numbers, and it was amazing from last year to this year how much more money we've been spending on gasoline alone, let alone food costs, let alone other things. That's been the biggest craziness, because I think about a year ago gasoline was about $2.60 a gallon or something like that. I'm rambling, and I'm getting to a point here. And the point is trying to answer the fundamental question: what in blazes can we do about all of this? There's a lot of different things that we can do. We can cut back, try and save a few bucks here, try and save a few bucks there. Don't do so many things this way, don't do so many things that way. That way you're trying to control your expenses as best as humanly possible. But I don't want to talk about what you do as a family in order to control your expenses. You need to talk about, amongst your own family, how to control your own expenses. What I'm here to talk about is, where do we find confidence, partly, to where do we find security, and 3, how is that confidence and that security going to help me in these crazy topsy-turvy world? Where can I find some confidence? Do I find confidence in my work? My work seems to be every day being more and more undervalued because my paycheck is not volatile, just like the gasoline prices are. My paycheck doesn't go up. My paycheck stays at a stable rate. So that doesn't give me a whole lot of comfort. But what does give me some comfort, in these volatile times, in these crazy economic things that are going on, I know that I have a God who is with me. I know God is with me. I know that God the Father, who created this world of these resources that we have available to us, I know God's in control of all of this mess. Can I see his control sometimes? That's up to me. That's my limited perspective. My limited perspective says I'm kind of stuck in this little topsy-turvy, crazy world thing. My confidence, my surety, my security comes from knowing a God that is in control. I trust him. I work with him. In spite of all my anxieties, I still trust him to calm my nerves, to help me focus and be at peace, have this peace of Christ that passes all understanding, that keeps my heart and mind in focus upon Christ Jesus. I have this peace that can rise above this volatility, I have this peace that helps me see the bigger picture. Not to look at where is my little pennies that I have to rub together in order to try to save. But where am I in the whole scheme of things? How much am I trusting God? How much am I committing myself to God? How much am I committing to God? It's part and parcel of my economics, me and my wife. That's our economics. And that's a whole other sidebar and a whole other side topic. But I have this confidence. And I think it's necessary for me to have this confidence, because if I have this confidence, I can show that so that other people can feed off of that and say, Pastor Robert, why are you so confident in all this craziness going on? And I can explain why. So that's my confidence. I also have my stability. Now, stability is not based upon the economics. My stability is not based upon how much have I got left over at the end of the month or at the end of the middle of the month. My confidence is not built upon my understanding of the Keynesian economic theory. My stability is not based upon I know everything I can in order to ride out this economic turmoil. I know enough to be dangerous. But my stability, my security, comes from knowing God. Can God help me out in my economic situation? He can. If God wanted to give me some economic bzzz into my head, he could. But I think it's more than that. My stability, my security is based upon my relationship with God and what God has done for me. And I sit here and I observe what's going on. I participate in what's going on. My life's not all observation. My life is also participation in the system, in the opportunities. But my security in all of this, my peace, my relaxation in a time of topsy-turviness comes from God. Now, if you want to talk about some specifics, please do so. I'm more than willing to carry on a conversation with you. Bottom line is this. My stability, my security, my confidence is all built upon my relationship with God, where he gives me that peace of mind that passes all understanding, like you heard me say just a few moments ago. He knows that peace of mind. I may not understand everything, but I have this peace that can weather the storm, because ultimately it's my peace and my relationship with God that helps me weather any storm, current economic or otherwise. And if you want to talk about where I am in my stability, the peace of mind that I've got that can help me hold on to my own sanity, please do so. Make a comment down below. I'd love to carry on this conversation with you more on this during this time of craziness, uncertainty. So I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to seeing you this coming Sunday, Father's Day. Dads, please, you and your family, join us for worship. Join us for study. Join us to be a part of this God-given grace, because we're going to talk about family. But I don't want to give it away too much. Not until Sunday, not until Sunday's episode of The Word. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Let your friends know about it. Please share it with your friends. Let them look at if I'm an example to anyone, kind of thing. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our page. Don't forget to ring the bell, ding. That way you get the next notification of the next video. All right, we'll talk to you later. You guys have a great weekend. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.